Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Night Rotor Talk Live, episode 26. You have me for the entire evening, however long that lasts, as I'm a little under the weather, so I'm kind of fighting some of the junk that's going around, so bear with me here. We'll see. I'll at least guarantee you guys at least probably a half hour or so, depending upon how I feel. I've pumped myself up with some medicine, so that's where we're at with that. So I hope everybody had a good Tuesday today. Work went well for me. Gonna kind of get some setup going here. Yeah, I started a little early. Just wanted to get the show on the road for everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. We're actually experiencing fall here in Florida. Rick Halber, welcome. Family of Five, welcome. Brent Nunley, Joe Goodwin, Brian, welcome. Bill Thomas, welcome. Mitch Weiss, welcome. Rick Halber, Steve Carpenter, welcome. Thank you guys for showing up. Yeah, like I said, a little under the weather. I'm fighting whatever kind of junk is going around. So pumped myself up with some medicine, got some antibiotics. So hopefully get this nipped in the bud here. Got a lot to talk about, got a lot going on here. The first thing I thought I'd like to talk about tonight, if you guys don't mind, is Uber delivering food by 2021. How many of you guys saw that article? L. Marshall, welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. That's a very ambitious goal. Rick Albert, glad you're here tonight. That's a very ambitious goal for Uber. You know, the technology, I mean, Amazon has been working, you know, a long time, and they're still not there yet. So Rich Beard, thank you for showing up tonight. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think, wow, you know, Uber's trying to get a jump up and being able to deliver food. Rodney, welcome. Thank you for joining tonight. Uber's trying to get a leg up on everybody, but wow. Wow, I don't know about that. Rich Beard, you passed the 107 today. Let's give a hand for Rich Beard passing the 107. Where'd you take it, Rich? You take it at Lakeland or over in Clearwater? Let me know where you took that. That's awesome. As you know, Original Dobo and Billy Kyle got their 107s, so that's fantastic. That's great to hear, Rich. Congratulations on that. I got to take my recurrent exam before February next year, so haven't started studying for that. Tampa, okay, good. Well, that's great news. I like hearing news like that. It's always two thumbs up on that. So yeah, this thing with Uber and, you know, delivering hamburgers or whatever. I mean, wow. I don't know. I just don't know about that. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, I really kind of don't know what to say on that. So, you know, they said that they formed a committee and that they're aggressive on this and that they're looking to do this by the year 2021. There's really not a lot of information on this, a lot of speculation. And like I said, my whole thing on this is with Uber, I mean, Amazon has billions of dollars. You know, Jeff Bezos is officially the richest man in the world, and they're still having issues trying to get packages, doing package delivery, you know, not only just the physical part of the drone and delivering the package and whatnot, but, you know, working through the FAA and everything. So that's going to be real interesting. I mean, I see a lot of roadblocks for Uber. I don't see that happening in 2021. I really don't. So Harry Barbosa, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while, my friend. Thank you for joining tonight. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of end it there with Uber delivering food by 2021. I think that's overly aggressive, and I don't see that happening. I just don't see the technology there for them to be able to do that, number one. And you know, FAA is still working out all this stuff with clearing airspace and everything. So that's going to be That's going to be a holy nightmare. TLRX, welcome. Thank you for joining tonight. Floyd Moats, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's where we're at with Uber. That's what I'm saying. Okay. One of the other things I wanted to go ahead and talk about is, Brian from Smoky Mountain Aerial Imaging, he's going to be down at the DJI Airworks Conference down in Dallas coming up. That's next week, October 30th, November 1st. And they recently had out let me get the name of it here, For the Frontiers little promo, how they do their little shaded promos with the dark and just, everything's on there. So I'm going to put up a slide of this. But what was real interesting today, our buddy, Ositalev, he's been dormant for a while. Not much is going on. And boom, something comes out. So I'm going to go ahead and get that up on the screen. I just thought, just when you least expect it, we see our buddy here. And let's get this up on the screen. Now, you guys take a look. It says, For the Frontiers, October 30th, Dallas, Texas. And you can take a look. Now, obviously, that was, lightened up to be able to take a look at that. But look at the next picture over here on a Mavic 2, on top of the Mavic 2. And again, I don't know if that's photoshopped or what, but that's our buddy. What do you guys think? You guys think that this is all just photoshopped and somebody put this all together? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of does. We'll take a look. I'm going to go ahead and throw. Obviously, we've seen this slide where it's possibly, as Brian from Smoky Mountain Aerial Imaging said, this is probably a loudspeaker to help in hostage negotiations. And this looks like a strobe light to mount on top of the Mavic Enterprise. And we see the Mavic Enterprise over there. So what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think that picture was legit? I mean, I'm having a hard time buying that, being a legit picture from Ositalev. That definitely looks photoshopped, both of those pictures. So that's just my guess. But with DJI Airworks, I have a video coming out on that. So be checking that out in the next couple of days on my thoughts about everything going on there. So stay tuned as far as that's concerned. Do I think Aspire 3 launch at Airworks on October the 30th? Mr. Drone, the answer is no. I see that in 2019. That will happen. That will happen in 2019. As to when, I don't know, but it will not. It will not be at Airworks or CES. No, I don't think the Inspire 3s. It will not launch there. But I have a video coming out on CES 2019, so be prepared. Yeah, it does look fake, Rodney. I agree. I think that's Ositalev trying to stir up the interest pot again, and give him credit for that. He does a good job at that. But no, I think he was just trying to play with that. So I think Drone DJ, Hey Kesterly, was a little more on the mark with his thoughts around that. So about being another type of camera system that, but Ositalev, I'm just gonna kind of leave that there. Okie Tom, welcome. Thanks for showing up tonight. As far as CES 2019, I will tell you guys this. I have a sponsor. Ta-da! I wish I had some music. I need to incorporate some music. I'm also letting you guys know I'm working on. I talked to Bill Thomas from Coast to Coast Drones, and when I get some time, I'm going to try to get OBS up and running. And I know there's a lot of little ditties to it, but it will help enhance this broadcast and these broadcasts here. So I'm looking to do that. Like I can add sound effects, and like I did last week when I tried to play that video from Mike, I couldn't do that. All you saw was Mike. You didn't see the video. So that's limitations of Google Hangouts and just using this strictly through Google Hangouts. So yeah, thank you, Rodney. So what we're going to do, just to let you guys know, my official announcement is Valerie and I will have a sponsor, and that is Florida Drone Supply. There's a real shocker and a real surprise. But no, got an official letter from Janelle McVeigh, the owner of Florida Drone Supply. So thank you very much, Janelle, if you're watching tonight. Valerie and I really appreciate it, and that will enable us to apply for our CES passes. I'm going to get those this weekend because I get paid. It's payday week, so it's always payday week's always a good week. So Thomas O'Sullivan, welcome. Thank you for joining. So yeah, we're going to get our passes, and then I got to work on airline tickets. I think we have enough points on Southwest to do that for free. Ta-da! And I'm going to work on getting hotels. I'm real good at finding great hotels with great rates, and I want to find something near. It's going to be at the where DJI is going to be. What they do is at CES, just to let you guys know, and I'm going to explain this in a video. They're all around the different spots in the area. They can't all hold. It's so huge. They can't hold it all in one spot. So what they do is, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. So what they do is they move. They have different like convention centers and large halls and stuff where they're holding this. Well, it's going to be held at the Las Vegas Convention Center. That's where DJI is going to be. I didn't get to take a look where Autel, but I imagine they'll probably be in the same hall. Unique will probably be there. Some other drone manufacturers. And, besides, and I'm going to get into a video. I've got a video in the works for what I think is coming up there from DJI. But what's going to be nice is you have a chance to go talk to the folks like over at Unique, the folks over at Autel. I think Parrot's going to be there. So this is going to be interesting, and talk to some of the smaller drone companies. Some of the other ones that you haven't heard of will be there. So we're going to get a lot. We're going to get a lot of footage. Going to shoot a lot of good footage, and going to be taking my new camera from Original Dobo out there and getting some good B-roll with that, and just it should be great. It should be absolutely great. Yeah, you're too busy making money for them, Brian Richbeard. Yeah. Funny, I couldn't get. Yeah, I mean, it was real nice, and I got a real kudos to again to Janelle and doing that for us. That's fantastic. We thank you very much for that, and we're looking forward to continue this great relationship that we have. I mean, well, it's a fantastic relationship we have with them, and we're very happy and pleased to be able to help them out. And I got a surprise coming this week, but I can't. It's not here yet, so I can't talk about it. So, so yeah. And like I said, I got a video coming out about what I think is going to be coming as far as DJI is concerned in 2019. So you guys want to stay tuned to that. Also, while we're at it, I'll talk about what's upcoming. I have multiple product reviews, guys. I got I got more filters to review. Okay, I got an ND1000 filter to review. They sent it, Freewell sent it to me, by itself, and it's in this huge box. I mean, it's about this big. I mean, the filter's like that big, and the box is like this big. So I don't know, but yeah, an ND1000 filter. So stay tuned for that. Got a case, and the case is from Freewell, and it's one of the smaller ones. It's about this big. It's just big enough for the drone. And it has a pouch where you put the controller in it. Original Dobo did a video on it, but I'm going to do one as well too. Freewell sends, and this is nice. This is one of the nice perks when you start to get a good amount of subscribers and followers and so forth. They will send you things to review for free, which is real nice. So got that to review. Also got a 3 battery charger to review as well. It's blue, and you can also charge both your controller and your tablet at the same time. So got a review in the works on that. I got a lot going on here. I absolutely got a lot. Oh, wow, Blue Eye Visuals. Oh, you flew with Original Dobo yesterday in Jupiter. Now, he is a great guy, I'm telling you. If you guys know what he did for Inspector Gadget and I know a lot of you were involved and helped out and contributed. That's just awesome. And I tweeted Inspector Gadget. I said, Original Dobo's a great pilot, fantastic channel guy, but he's an even better person. He really is. He's got a wonderful heart, and those are the kind of people I just absolutely positively like. So yeah. No, I did not, Harry. I was waiting for payday to do that. Payday's coming up, so that's one of the things that's on my list. And I gotta be careful because I gotta also pay the bills too. That's it's always a good week on payday. Payday's coming up this week, but this weekend is one of the days. It's weeping and gnashing of teeth day, as I tell Valerie, paying the bills. So so that's not so much fun. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing as far as CES is concerned, and I'll keep you guys tabs. And like we did with the See the Bigger Picture event, we're going to keep you guys posted. When we're out there, I'm going to do live updates. We're probably not going to be out there more than a couple of days, because I imagine what we'll do is, with DJI, I'm sure they're going to have their event or events on one day. That's what I see. I don't see them spreading that out as far as that's concerned. And also, like I said, we'll be busy. We'll be talking to Unique. We'll be talking to Parrot. We'll be talking to Autel and other drone manufacturers as well too. So we'll keep you guys connected. Obviously, we want to try to keep costs down as well too, because we're on a tight budget when we're out there. So yeah, so that's going to be fun. As far as spin up is concerned, I had to make a decision, and my decision is I will not be going. Valerie, I will not be going to spin up this year. It sounds like a great opportunity, and I wish Kelly and Ken, and I know Ed Ricker's going to be there. Wish all of them well. Hope it's successful. Hope they meet their goal. Hope there's some. It's a good presentation and they get a good turnout. I mean, it's just. Did you see New Jersey Police Department's using drones in the news? Yes, I did, Harry. I was off right before I got on the show. I saw that on Twitter. I just saw that. So that's fantastic. But yeah, no spin up for us. I had to make a decision, and between the two, I thought the best benefit and the best takeaway for the channel. I'm trying to look out for the channel, and obviously, if I had the funds to do both, I'd do both. But I thought, and especially getting the wonderful news of getting this sponsorship, so to speak, from Florida Drone Supply, that really kind of just sealed the deal for us for CES 2019. So, I wish that, they would, broadcast Spin Up live. They're not, but from what Kelly has said, they're going to have, they'll have videotapes, or they'll probably put segments out there of everybody who speaks. So that should be fun. So I think that'll be a good time if you can get to it. I think tickets are $160 for the event. Rooms before the end of October, I think Kelly had a special rate of like $92, and flying to Austin is not that expensive. If you're interested in that sounds like a great event. So definitely, you guys want to go ahead and check that out. A meeting here. Any new updates, Rich? I haven't had. I've been under a time crunch at work. As you know, I'm in IT, and when holidays come up, we have these things called blackouts and brownouts. Working in retail, and we're under the gun to get a lot of stuff done. So no, I haven't had a chance to. I'm trying to get something together, hopefully for November, possibly December, but we'll see. I got to make some phone calls on that. And Valerie, I want to go out and visit a couple of these places as well. So, but I am working on that, Rich. Thank you for bringing that up. That is in the works. How many of you guys liked seeing Mike Daniels last week? Let's give a hand. Give a hand for Mike Daniels. I thought he was a fantastic guest, and he really answered our questions about flying over water exceedingly well. Mike, if you're watching tonight, hats off, salute to you. You were fantastic. You were well received. Everybody really liked you. Donald Spicer, welcome. Thank you for joining. Very well received. He was great. Absolutely fantastic. And I know he's had some response to his float kits already. Some people have inquired about them. And if you fly over water, I mean, and that's an option that interests you, definitely pursue that. And if you saw my video I did, Mike gave me a discount code, and the discount code's real easy here, guys. It's BTDR, Bill the Drone Reviewer, which is BTDR. So go ahead out there and order them. Mike said he got a new supply in, or was getting a new supply in. So definitely go ahead and order them. But Mike's a great guest. He's close by here in Central Florida, and hoping to get the event a little closer to Central Florida to maybe get some more of those guys there. And definitely want to get everybody that came to the first one. That'd be fantastic if we can do that. So, and I'm trying to get, you know, I am working on that, Rich. So there's your short answer. I'll probably be doing more on that next week because work's going to kind of settle down a little bit and get a little bit more even keel for me. It's just a crazy week. A brand new Sony. Wow, sounds good, Brian. So yeah, P4 2 or wait for the P5 drone shots. Good question. That's a good question. The P5 is, I'll just say this. I don't think it's that far away. I think you should wait and see what the P5 holds before you make your decision. If you're not into it. Guys hit brakes window on 21. Oh, wow. Guy hits and breaks window on 21st floor New York City with drone yesterday, Rick. Wow. And you know what, Rick? You just Rick, thank you. I got to kudos because you're leading right into my next segment here. I mean, it could not have been better. Now, you probably saw my video that I did, and I posted the video from University of Dayton Research Institute. I had to remember the name of that. Now, I am familiar with University of Dayton. My ex got a master's degree from there, so I do know where that's at, and I've been there before. They posted a film called Risk in the Sky, and let's go ahead and I'm going to throw up that picture up on the screen here. So hang on a second, let me get that up here. Now there was Rick. You brought this up. That was a fantastic segue. You know, we need to play this more often, Rick Halber. You did a fantastic job with this. You know, and we all saw this video, and we saw it in normal motion, we saw it in slow motion, and we saw it in super slow motion. And you know, the drone really kind of disintegrated upon impact. And this was a Mooney M20. And if you guys were wondering what that was the airplane that was on the thumbnail for my other video. And I actually did use a Phantom 2, looking like it was going to hit the wing there. I kind of did some of my own. I use a tool called Canva for that. So, but yeah, this is what this was. And I'll tell you what, guys, I had a tremendous. I keep getting responses from that. I mean, just absolutely crazy. Venom, welcome. Yeah, I keep the responses from that were overwhelming. I have right now 191 comments on that video. You know, that's approaching 200 comments on that video. Yeah, DJI Blue Eye Visuals, yes, they did tell them to take that video down. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, here First Amendment rights and so forth. Here's my take on it, okay? Because I really kind of presented the video to you guys, and I let you guys, you know, make your own decision and keep your own thoughts about that, okay? Mitch Weiss, very good point. Here's my thing, okay? That was not a scientific test, okay? Because if it was a scientific test, okay, they said it hit at about 338 miles an hour. Well, we all know that the Phantom 2, I mean, as I stated, DJI stated, it's 33.5 mile per hour is the max speed on that, okay? And the Mooney is stated too, the Mooney M20, its max cruising speed was 200 miles an hour, okay? And so if one's going at 33 and the other one's going at 200, what's going to happen? More than likely, and this is just for me, they need to redo that test, okay? Number one. And number two, they did not put out their data, okay? They didn't show their data results from this either. You know, I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with, you know, First Amendment rights and keeping the video up and so forth, and okay, but I think DJI would have a case because number one, this wasn't a scientific test. Number two, I think those results were very inaccurate. Number three, there was a bird hitting the wing and it did worse damage, and they didn't show that. My whole take on this was it's getting attention from the University of Dayton Research Institute. Some of it's not good, but they are getting some attention for that, and they're probably trying to get some more grants and so forth. If you know how universities work, they work on getting grants from companies, and that, you know, this will probably lead for them to get some grants. But as far as taking the video down, I think what they need to do is they need to do another test, and they need to do an accurate test, okay? Because shooting a Phantom 2 out of whatever they did at the wing, okay, that just, no. You need to fly, get something at 33, you get the Phantom 2 at 33.5 miles per hour, have a wing up there, you know, simulate that test, work on it. They're engineers, they can figure it out, okay? You know, the FAA has guidelines, follow the guidelines. And they said they weren't even following the FAA guidelines on this too. So, you know, as far as removing the video and the First Amendment rights, I'm not going to get into that. But what I am saying is they need to redo the test. And they need to do it accurately and shows exactly what happened, okay? I mean, seriously, that's my take on it, because that was not an accurate test in the least. I mean, the first thing I saw was, you know, it said the speed on there, and I said, wait a minute, the Phantom 2 can't fly that fast. You know, that's the first thing when I saw that video being posted up there. The Phantom 2 can't fly that fast. And you know, I think it's just, I think it was hype. I think it was sensationalism. I think it was trying to get research grants for University of Dayton Research Institute. You know, I'm going to side with DJI in terms of, you know, show an accurate test. Show your test results out there. Show the other test with the bird hitting the wing and what happens with that, okay? Because here's my take, and this is just my thought. I mean, I didn't major in physics. I'm not an engineer, so I can't answer this question here. You guys might be able to. But it seems to me something at 33 and something at 200, I think it's going to kind of deflect off. That's what I think. You know, it may cause some minor damage, but I don't think it's going to, you're not going to see it go through completely through the wing. I mean, that thing was shot out of a cannon, you know, some kind of a system. I'll just use the word, lack of a better term, an air cannon maybe, and forced at the wing to make sure it would hit the wing and impact and cause that result. So why did it have to be a DJI drone, Rodney? You're exactly right. Why couldn't it have been a Unique or a Parrot or an Autel? I mean, seriously, an Autel X-Star Premium looks exactly like a Phantom. Why not one of those? You had a good point on there, Rodney. I agree. That wing moving through actual air would change everything. You're right, Brian. Absolutely. I mean, you know, it was stationary. The wing was stationary. The only thing that was moving was the drone. I mean, so you know, that whole test is a fallacy. It needs to be done right. Follow FAA guidelines. And the other thing is, like I said, they need to publish. They need to show the test results. They need to put the data down. They didn't release any data with this at all. And if you know that, you know, if those of you who have either studied for a PhD or getting one or have gone to grad school and stuff, you know, and I know I did some statistics classes. You got to publish all these results. You can't just go out there and put a paper out there and say, look, this happened, okay, but yet you don't show any data. I mean, that to me, that's ridiculous. If you don't have data to back it up, you know, it's the same thing in the business world, you know, as far as my job is concerned. You know, if I don't have data to back up, say I'm testing something and I say it doesn't work, well, you know, they take your word for it. But what I do is I do a thing called screenshots. There's a tool that I use at work to take screenshots to say, look, this didn't work, okay? And to show, and then I list the details behind it and the data behind it. I can't just go to my lead and say, look, this doesn't work. You know, I need to show him proof, because the developers are going to ask, you know, where's your proof? We don't believe it. You know, let's see it. And then boom, you know, and the proof is, and I also detail the steps. This is what needs to be done here. You got to do that. You can't just go out there and put out these results and not put anything behind it. There's nothing behind it at all. Spin the wing, toss a drone in front of it, and see if it hits a home run. Drone shots, yeah, why not? You know, it's like this did not follow FAA guidelines either. I mean, you see them with these wind tunnel tests, and you know, there's 200 mile an hour, you know, fan blowing that, you know, and how they do wind tunnel tests. This isn't even a wind tunnel. You know, where University of Dayton Research Institute came up with this idea and how they did that, it's just, lack of a better term, I'm going to call it a farce. It's civil law. UD is doing harm to DJI brand. Better with the drone. You're right, and that is civil law. And you know, DJI is probably well with. I am not a lawyer. I will be the first to admit that. I am not a lawyer. I did take some legal classes in business law, but you know, they probably have a case right here. That's all. That's something I have. That's something I think for sure on that, because. And this is generated. Wow, you wouldn't believe these comments that I've gotten from people. Wow, I mean, wow, this has just generated an awful lot of comments on there. So you know, that's where I stand on that. I mean, you know, like I said, I probably could have talked for about 10 minutes in that video, but what I wanted to do was to present it to you guys and hear your thoughts on it. And you guys did fantastic. Home run on the comments for that. My gosh, almost 200 comments, guys. Thank you so much. You know, and this is something that needs to be talked about, because, you know, while we're trying to make sure that our hobby and our interest in our profession, you know, for people like Brian and other Part 107s, you know, we want to make sure that it's still, we don't get more burdensome rules. And with inflammatory videos like that come out, you know, that's going to be kind of burdensome. And the other thing is, and I just thought about this, how many of you guys remember the helicopter, the Army helicopter that got hit by a Phantom 4? Okay. You guys probably remember. I think it was in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. They actually found the Phantom 4 and traced it to the owner. Okay. Well, they showed the helicopter and it had a little bit of a dent, but not much. And, you know, let's compare those videos, okay? That kind of thing. Yeah, that whole thing needs to be done over. Yeah, they are targeting DJI Romeo, exactly. If it would have hit the spars, that would have blown the drone apart. Yeah, you're right, Brian. I mean, and the chances, I mean, and they're using a Mooney M20. It's a 4-seat passenger aircraft. I mean, and there's not many, you know, I'm not a general, I'm a general aviation buff, but that plane hasn't been produced for a while. I'm not sure how many are still out there. And, you know, the whole scenario too, I mean, you know, if you're flying, let's say you're a legal pilot and you're flying and this was totally accidental, okay, you're not flying above 400 feet, AGL. I mean, you know, seriously on that. So, if you guys want to continue that discussion in the comment section on that video, go for it, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. Chris Hope, only thing I'm saying about a new Inspire, you're 2019. That's what I'll tell you. It's not happening in 2018. I can just about, you can take that to probably to the bank and deposit it. So as far as a new Inspire is concerned, plane was found about 100 feet altitude yesterday along the beach. Wow. I mean, that's, wow. Yeah, you got, I mean, you know, flying over people. I mean, that's the deal there. Shooting birds or frozen turkeys at a plane range, same result. You're right, Harry. I mean, seriously, that's exactly what it is. I mean, you know, let's shoot a frozen turkey at it, or a duck or something, you know. And they did a bird, and the bird probably did more damage, but they're not showing it. Okay, there's your answer right there. Seriously, there's your answer right there for that. So one of the other videos that I wanted to talk about was the one I did. Remember, I did a video on the firmware and firmware update, and what would you have liked to have seen that wasn't included on that? And most of you guys probably watched that video, but it was incredible. The number one answer, the number one request on what was not included, waypoints. I mean, and that was, I can tell you by far and away, it was almost like every, 7 out of 10 comments mentioned waypoints in their listing. I mean, it was just, it was off the wall. I mean, people wanted to see waypoints. I mean, that's You know, and that's something. And somebody else brought up a good point too, who uses the Lykus app. You know, forgive me if I mispronounce it. I've never used it before. It's a pay-for app. Maybe if my after my warranty expires, I might try that sometime. But anyway, they have a system on there where you know how it is with DJI. You got to go fly it first, and then you can go do it. Well, you can go do it first on the Lykus app. And somebody said, why don't they do that? And I agree. I think doing that, I mean, it's, you know, getting waypoints on there, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, okay? But let's do it right this time. Maybe they are working on that. I sure hope they are, because, you know, waypoint flying is fantastic. Being able to, you know, draw that, you know, go on your app and draw it here and go over here, go here, go here, go here. You know, maybe because you know the area and you want to get these shots and you want to work the angles on the camera and stuff and let the drone do the flying, you know, that's fantastic. But we don't, number one, we don't have the capability right now. Number two, you have to fly the route first before you can do the waypoints. You guys know that. I mean, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's this. Brian's right from Smoky Mountain Aerial Imaging. You know, the DJI Airworks you're only going to see a Mavic Enterprise there, guys. This is just the Airworks Conference. Let me back up here a second, you know, and we'll get to talking about waypoints here again. The Airworks Conference down in Dallas, Texas, it's from October 30th to November the 1st, okay? This is for enterprise customers. Enterprise customers meaning people like Brian, who this is his profession. This is what he does for a living, okay? And it will also probably include first responders as well too. And, you know, hosting a whole set of things, you know, chemical plants, you know, power line inspections like Brian does, cell phone tower inspections, windmill inspections, you know, fire departments using the FLIR cameras and trying to find people in burning structures, you know, fighting wildfires, locating people out in the wild, hostage and rescue situations, you know, and so forth. When it says the word enterprise on it, don't expect anything consumer related from it. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's just the way it is. Brian, I appreciate you bringing that up, and I want to make sure that people know that, because I get a lot of people ping me, oh, can I buy this the enterprise? And I'm like, you don't understand. That's not available to the general public. That's only available to, you know, obviously businesses like Brian, like he runs his own business. It's available to first responders, to governments, and so forth. It's not, you know, I can't go out there and buy a DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise drone. I can't do that, okay? I mean, I'm part 107, but I'm not incorporated. I don't do that for a living. Brian does that for a living. If he needs to do that, if he needs that type of drone, he can buy that drone, okay? We can't. So I want to make that clear to everybody, because I get a lot of people pinging me on about that. When's this available? When can I buy it? And the answer is you can't buy it, okay? You can't buy it, all right? Pure and simple. That's the way that is. I mean, take a look at the videos on TV, and if you're lucky enough to know, you know, an organization that has one or a company that has one, you can go and see it in person. But that's going to be it, guys. And, you know, understand that these are for, you know, a large part of this, you know, for first responders, it's to help save people's lives, okay? And you, number one, you don't have the training, okay? Brian's trained. I mean, you know, if you saw Original Dobo's video on how Brian does his line inspections, that's hard work. And kudos to you, Brian, 2 thumbs up. Kudos to you for this hard work. And especially, you know, when you're doing this like after a hurricane or whatnot, you know, double thumbs up for stuff like that, because that's difficult work. And you're working in very difficult conditions. And you can see, I mean, you know, Brian's got a great setup with that matrice, and it's very hard, difficult work. So just to let you guys know, you know, just because you get that drone doesn't, like I said, you can't go out there and do that, okay? You know, Brian has the skills to be able to fly that drone. And if you were fortunate enough to be at the outing, you saw that. I mean, he's an excellent pilot. He really knows his stuff. So just had to get on my soapbox. Brian, I want to thank you for that. So only thing special about the Mavic Enterprise is the rubber boots over the control knobs, speaker, strobe light, and pick on Airworks from DJI as a dual LED high beam light. There you go. There you are, guys. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Brian, thank you for that, and thank you for clarifying that and letting everybody know. So, you know, always pay attention. You know, if you're a DJI fan and if you're a drone fan, pay attention to what goes on at Airworks at a DJI Enterprise event, because you know it's going to be good things. And DJI, like I've always said, and you guys have heard me say this so much, you're probably sick of it, but you know, DJI doesn't waste technology. That technology trickles down eventually to the prosumer and consumer type of drones. So, you know, in some way, shape, or form. So they never waste technology. So guys, that's where we're at with that. Romeo, regarding a firmware update, I think DJI is coming up with some features. It's going to blow our minds, and that's why the waypoints and precision landing is taking so long to come to Mavic 2. Romeo, you know what, Romeo, I so hope you're right on that. You know, like I said, you know, waypoints was just like overwhelming, number one. You know, precision landing was up there. And I've had some other people had some interesting insight into, you know, the obstacle avoidance and obstacle sensing, and being able to turn all of them on or all of them off, say like via a program that into a button on the controller. That's a great, I mean, a lot of people had come up with that idea and combinations of that idea. So that would be something I think that would be good too, to be able to do that. Jones, so the morning woke up to the drawings of the rumored DJI Inspire 3, as well as expansion of the Zenmuse cameras with the X6, X7S, and X8. Drone shots, where did you see that? Because I haven't seen anything. If there's anything out there, you know, our buddy Ositalev would have seen that. I didn't see anything on the Inspire 3. Thank you, Steve Carpenter. Yeah, Brian has a tough job, and kudos to him. And definitely go check out Smoky Mountain Aerial Imaging, you know, his YouTube page, his Facebook, and check out Original Dobo's video. If you guys haven't watched Dobo's video on Brian and what he does, watch it, because it gives you an education. It helps prepare you, you know, that this isn't a glam job. This isn't a 9-to-5 type of job. Brian does not keep 9-to-5 type of hours. Okay. He's available, I mean, as needed for this job. So definitely. Oh, Blue Eye Visuals. Oh, okay. Wow. That's interesting. That's very interesting. You know, and it's going to be great. Brian asked me to go with him. I would have if I had had vacation. My vacation time here is nil, next to none. And the only reason I considered spin up was it was on a Saturday, and I could kind of leave on Friday to do something like that. So you can program a button, turn off obstacle avoidance, Lon. But what I'm talking about is the obstacle detection and obstacle avoidance, you know, combining them and being able to turn both of them on and off. And it would be nice. It really would. Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. I did not see that. That's fantastic. You know, so, you know, Frank Harrison, I discovered that you see a lot more on the monitor than what is captured. I filled a frame to the edges and was surprised at how much I lost. Very interesting, Frank. Thank you for that comment. You know, as far as, you know, expecting this firmware update, who knows? I mean, you know, DJI will respond, and they want to do something right, and there's a lot that's missing right now. And I am sure that they're busy on this. I think that's something that they are working on. And you know, a lot of people, you know, were asking, you know, why aren't you seeing something? Why aren't we going to see anything else? And I talked to Brian, and he brought up a good point. You know, they want to DJI is that they want the Mavic 2 to sell well over the holidays, and I think it will. I think it's going to do very well over the holidays. And what I think is going to suffer for them over the holidays, okay, and this is kind of like maybe a little bit of a segue here. If you guys saw Coast to Coast Drones, Bill Thomas and Mr. Ron, we were on the bucket list on drone therapy last week, and we talked about the Hubsan Zeno. Okay, Ron's already ordered his, and Bill's getting ready to getting itchy trigger fingers to order his Zeno too, and it's at $399, and that's going to be a competitor for the Spark. You guys know the Spark's $399, so I think that's going to sell very well. I mean, it was one of those ones that was a Indigo, and I'm always kind of leery as far as that's concerned. But both Bill and Ron I know Bill had been in touch with the founder and owner of Hubsan, and they look like they have a winner on their hands. The greeny meanie. No, Captain Drone Steve did a review on Crystal Sky today. But on the ultralight, no, he doesn't have one. He had a 5-inch one. So 4K with an extra battery for $399. Thank you, Mr. Bill. Wow. I mean, this is a drone that's gonna get Hubsan noticed. I mean, Hubsan makes great drones, and I'm always leery to use. They lean more towards what I would call a real drone than a toy drone. Some of their smaller offerings, yeah, are more toy, but this is not a toy drone. Okay, this is a real deal kind of thing here. As far as that's concerned, I like it. I like what I see. And they're bragging about a good range with this, and the flight time is probably the only thing that I see. I know Bill and Ron and I had talked about this. You guys got to watch Drone Therapy. Bill Thomas works tirelessly, folks. Okay, and you guys need to first of all, you need to get on Coast to Coast and sign up for his Facebook page. Don't think about it twice. Do it. His Facebook group, and get out there and do it. And also for Drone Therapy. And we have an episode coming up next week. I'm plugging the episode next week, Bill. Ta-da. Okay. You guys need to watch it. Seriously, it's a great show. Ron is fantastic. I had so much fun last week on that. We're gonna have a special Halloween episode. So, we're gonna be scary. I don't know if I'll wear a mask or not. I probably don't have to, according to my wife. Never mind. I don't think Valerie would say that, but she'd probably laugh at it anyway. But yeah, be sure to watch that. This Zeno is going to be something. It's going to eat into Spark sales. I'm telling you. DJI's they have a niche on the foldable drone. Okay, with the Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, I think that's a niche. Autel's kind of eaten into it a little bit, but the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, are definitely, the best portable, foldable drones on the market today in that segment for what you get, the bang for the buck, what you get for that. Okay, I would say the Autel Evo comes in a second, or it's close. The Autel Evo is close, but I think it's a little bigger. Remember, and I can tell you physically, it weighs a lot more than the Mavic 2. It's very heavy, for those of you guys that know that. But this niche, if you want to call it that, the under $500 drone, there's not a lot out there that are real high quality. Okay, and yeah, the Spark doesn't have 4K. We all know that. Okay, but all right, it's still a great drone, folks. And let me tell you this: I started one of my Spark groups last year, 0. It started out at a big fat 0. You know where we're at right now? We're getting close to, I think, 1,500, 1,600 people from 0. Okay, people join it every day. Steve Carpenter can testify to that. I have him as, and Steve Carpenter. I'm going to give a clap for Steve, and you guys thank Steve. Okay, he's being a moderator here. He's a moderator on several of my Facebook groups, okay? Give Steve a round of applause, guys. Steve, thank you for all you do. I appreciate it. I appreciate you a great deal. And all the moderators that are on the chat at night, I know Bill Thomas is, Rick Halber is. Thank you guys for your hard work. We really appreciate them, okay? But I want to call Steve out for that, because he does a lot of that. He approves a lot of the member requests, and he welcomes them, and it's just fantastic. So, but if you guys need to watch Drone Therapy next week, Bucket List Boys, I like that. Bill's got a T-shirt ready to go. I'm ready to buy that T-shirt. I love that. That's just. And you guys if you're not hooked up with Coast to Coast Drones, do so. The Facebook page, the Facebook group, get hooked up. Bill is fantastic, and he is a drone expert bar none. But you know what? I think he's an even better friend. So, Drone Therapy on YouTube is part of Coast to Coast Drones. Is both on YouTube and Facebook. There you go. Thank you, Bill. But I'm putting in a shameless plug for one of the. It's a gem, guys. It's a gem. Bill does fantastic stuff, and it's just not about DJI. I mean, looking at Hubsan, and there's racing drones on there too. There's toy drones on there. I mean, Bill, I don't know how many drones you have, Bill, but it's probably like about 100 times more than what I got. That's for sure. But no, guys, seriously, sign up. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there next week. We're going to be on Halloween. Probably, I think 8:30ish is what we did last time. Ron, and I know Ron had a great time. I had a great time. It was fantastic. It's just a hour of some fantastic conversation. We just absolutely had a great time. Yes, we're going to do Halloween episode next week. That I need to come dressed as something. I don't know what I'm going to do. Get a face mask. Maybe I'll do the Phantom of the Opera for the Phantom 5 coming up. I don't know. Maybe. But I'm cheap. I gotta do something. I gotta do something cheap. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah. So that's about it. That's what I had for topics tonight. Like I said, I got some videos coming up. I got the and let me grab a couple of things. Hang on here. A little bit of show and tell time here, okay? We're going to review this compact carry case from Freewell, okay? Let's show this side from Freewell. Freewell, you're getting some advertising here, so I hope you appreciate that. We also have, this is the Mavic 2 Pro ND1000 filler, okay? And look at the container. Look at this. Look what it comes in. I mean, this thing's like a little tin pouch. It's kind of like lozenges used to come in. And here I got some more, and these are, and I can't tell you the name of this company, but they sent me some more filters for the Mavic 2. And by the way, guys, I'm probably going to be giving some of this stuff away, so be on the lookout. That's all I have to say. And then I have this is from RC Geek, and I'm going to open this up here and do a little show and tell here. It's a Mavic 2 battery charger, and see there's 1, 2, 3 cords here, and then got a cooling fan on this, and on this side you got your USB ports. So I'm not gonna go ahead and ruin my video, but there's a video coming up on that. So, and like I said, count on seeing some of these things, or maybe all of these things, in a giveaway. So I look forward to that. I have so much fun giving away stuff on the channel, guys. I really do. I just absolutely have so much fun. It's just a blast. So you got these giveaways coming up, and got to spend some time filming some of this stuff too. So, and like I said, with a busy week at work, it's been a busy month. It's been an absolutely crazy busy month. So that's where things are for tonight. You guys have any questions at all before we call it adjourn for the evening? Oh, and by the way, this Sunday will be Sunday afternoon Rotor Talk Live. Okay, last Sunday was the off Sunday, but this Sunday we will have Sunday afternoon Rotor Talk Live. I have to run, everyone. Okay, Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate all your hard work. Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. Guys, we got 53 viewers. I would love to see 53 likes. You guys did a great job last week with the likes. I would go when you head out the door here on BillTheDroneReviewer on Tuesday Night Rotor Talk Live. Make sure you hit that like button. I'd appreciate that, guys. That means a lot to me. I really got to thank you guys. And I'm gonna have, coming up, the holidays are coming up, and I'm gonna do some special episodes, holiday themed episodes here. So stay tuned for that. I got my Christmas lights I got at Disney World last year. Well, actually at Epcot, excuse me. A friend of ours bought them for us while we were there. We had a great time at Epcot. I hadn't been to Epcot since before my youngest son was born. And that was in 1993 was the last time I was there. We had a blast. So going to have some holiday themed stuff. Going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have a lot of giveaways. Okay, that I do promise. Going to have a lot of giveaways. So stay tuned for that. Tonight we covered, and I like to do a recap here at the end. Just to kind of let you guys know. We talked about Uber delivering food by 2021. We also talked about the DJI Airworks Conference in the what's it called, for the frontier coming up, and how that was just a very not good Photoshop job from Osita. We also talked about Risk in the Sky from University of Dayton Research Institute. We talked about that quite a bit. Also talked about the results from a question that I asked regarding firmware, which you guys would want to see on the next release as far as firmware was concerned. Gave you a lot of channel updates. We did talk a lot about that. Also talked about how our friends at Florida Drone Supply are really kind of our sponsors, so to speak. We're not paid. Just to let you guys know that, we're getting some wonderful favors from them. So in return, we're going to be doing some videos and so forth, and some cooperative videos for that. But I want to let you guys know they have been. And by the way, if you guys live in the state of Florida and you need something DJI related, and Brian can attest to that, Janelle and the people who work for her, they are absolutely fantastic guys. Brian is a living, walking testimony to Florida Drone Supply. So if you guys need anything, it's floridadronesupply.com. Go out there, check them out. Definitely. Like I said, more than likely they will have parts. If they don't, they'll get them for you ASAP. So, and I got a surprise coming this week. I can't tell you because it's not here. I was going to hopefully show you tonight, but maybe Sunday. Sunday I should be able to show that to you. So be on the lookout for that. We're still looking. I did talk about going to CES 2019 in Vegas. We got that coming up in January, so we're looking forward to that and some DJI releases out there. Talked a little bit about the Hubsan Zeno and also coast to coast drones and drone therapy, and you guys need to get on board with that. I mean, we had a great show, Ron and Bill and I, and I've got a Halloween show coming up next week, so check that out. I will definitely put a link in BillTheDroneReviewer, both on Facebook, the group and the Facebook page, and on Twitter, so you guys can follow that. That's going to be great. We're looking forward to that. Got a lot of giveaways. Got a lot of stuff. So with the holidays coming up, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to give away. So got a lot going on here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate that. And like I said, please make sure you hit the like button on the way out. That helps me a lot. It really does. You guys did a great job. If you guys are also interested in floats from Mike Daniels, definitely check him out. He mentioned he got some supplies in. So you definitely need to check that out. So what are the thoughts about Zenmuse X8? Bill, stop banning me. Mr. Drone, I have no idea what you're talking about. Unfortunately, I really don't. So, guys, that's the rest. That's it. Thanks for a great show. I really do truly appreciate that. And remember, it's a great day to fly. Take care, guys.